Hello my friends and welcome to the video. Today we are looking at how Mr. VAI and Mr. Satriani have used the classic Boss DS-1 Distortion pedal as the core of their tone. I'm going to show you two ways of using this pedal in the video. The first one is the way that Mr. VAI sometimes uses it, and then the second one is the way they both use it as the core of their lead tone. I think the second one's the more useful one and the more popular one. So if you want to skip forward, that's where it's at. But here we go. As a caveat, I will say that the DS-1 doesn't particularly like high output pickups. But if you look at the pickups that Satriani's always used, they're a sort of medium output pickup. That Fred pickup that he's famous for it's not a hot pickup. And then the PAF Pros that VAI always used to use in the early gems are not a particularly high output pickup. Again, they're a PAF, but still with a little bit more gain, but they're nowhere near the super distortion territory, or they're certainly nowhere near the evolution kind of pickups that he used later on. So if you want the best from this pedal, then be wary of the pickups you're using, and just be aware that if you are using high output pickups, it will feel very, very spongy. Not necessarily a bad thing, you might like it, it might work for you, but be aware. Okay, clean amp. DS-1, get ready for the noise. And with a chord or two. So as you can hear, using it that way gives you a kind of fuzzy, hairy-ish sound, especially on chords. The bottom end does feel quite soft. When it comes to lead lines, then it does sing, and it gives you that sort of transistor-ish kind of tone. Quick look at the settings to get this sound. So what happens is, you have the tone around about 9 o'clock there. The drive, or the level, sorry, you have to set at, well, you have to set it pretty high to get the unity that you need, otherwise you do get a drop in a volume on a clean amp. The distortion control, however, this is what you do. You turn it up and up and up and up and all the way up to the top. That might look a bit extreme, but that's the way it's done. The second method is to use the pedal into an already overdriven amp. Not a mega distorted amp, but a good crunchy kind of meaty amp kind of sound, a good rhythm sound, and then you use the DS-1 to give you all of the extra hair and the extra sensitivity so that all of the legato notes pop out and makes your lead lines really, really sing. I have put a noise gate on here because it does sound horrifically noisy when you add it to an already driven amp, but it sounds something like this. And the settings are surprisingly similar. I've brought the level down ever so slightly. I've left the tone exactly where it is, about 9 o'clock. And the distortion I've brought down just a hair. What this sound does, it makes your legato playing especially very, very fluid. It makes your guitar very, very sensitive. So you don't really need a lot of effort to get a note to pop out. The payoff is, of course, that you lose that dynamic range. You can turn your volume pot down, but it doesn't respond quite as well as a real amp would. If you can, leave a comment to tell me how you got on with the DS-1. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, because there's lots more videos to come. I'll see you in the next one.